Have you ever noticed how when a man is handsome, educated, and successful, people immediately whisper, "How is he still single? What's wrong with him?" Here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with him. Absolutely nothing. He has simply reached a point in life where peace feels better than chaos and freedom tastes sweeter than validation. He's not lonely, he's finally relaxed. Before we go deeper, just a reminder. On my Patreon, I share exclusive content about Eastern European women, cultural differences, and what truly matters if you want to date them seriously or connect more deeply. I also offer one-on-one guidance, so if you need help with your profile, texting, first calls, or personalized advice, I'm there to support you. The link is in the description. Now, most men don't suddenly wake up one day saying, "That's it, I'm done with women." It's not bitterness, it's experience. After years of trying to please everyone, fixing problems that weren't theirs, and carrying the emotional weight of past relationships, they come to one realization. Peace is no longer negotiable. A smart man values peace just as much as he values time, because both are limited. When he's younger, he doesn't understand this yet. He argues, chases, explains, tolerates, because he believes love alone can fix everything. But as he grows, he learns that constant drama, emotional instability, and walking on eggshells drain the very energy he needs to be himself. It's not that he hates women. In fact, most of these men truly respect women. They just don't want to fight for space in their own home anymore. They've learned that peace is not loneliness, it's clarity. After a long day, the last thing a man wants is another battlefield. He wants silence, a meal, maybe his favorite show, maybe a session at the gym or a quiet glass of wine on the balcony. He wants something that doesn't require explaining himself just for existing. And let's be honest, being a man today isn't easy. Society expects him to be strong but sensitive, ambitious but humble, protective but never controlling. He's told to open up but not too much, provide but don't expect appreciation. And if he ever says he's tired, he's labeled emotionally unavailable. So after years of this, a smart man chooses something revolutionary. He chooses himself. Being single doesn't mean being alone. It means having the freedom to choose the kind of peace he wants every day. He wakes up without stress, without eggshells, without wondering what mood someone will be in. He plans his day around his own priorities instead of someone else's expectations. He can spend his weekends however he wants, traveling, reading, working on projects, fishing, hitting the gym, or simply sleeping in without hearing, "You're wasting your day." For many men, that quiet independence is not loneliness, it's heaven. And here's the funny part. When men reach this point, people start labeling them. "He's afraid of commitment. He's too picky." No. He simply understands the cost of giving his peace to the wrong person. He's not afraid of love, he's afraid of losing himself again. A smart man knows what it took to build the life he has. The sacrifices, the risks, the sleepless nights. And once he finally has stability, the idea of risking it all for a relationship that feels like a job, not love, doesn't make sense. Because let's be real, some women confuse partnership with supervision. They think being in a relationship means controlling him, changing him, testing him. For a man who spent years building his success, that kind of relationship feels suffocating. It's not that he doesn't want love, he wants peace with love. But that combination is rare. So when he can't find it, he doesn't settle. He doesn't fake happiness for Instagram. He doesn't marry to tick a box. He chooses peace, and peace is addictive. Once a man gets used to it, he protects it like treasure. He is no longer influenced by manipulation. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't argue about nonsense. And guilt-tripping him with a real man would no longer works, because he knows exactly what a real man does. He protects his peace, his time, and his energy. Picture him on a Saturday morning, waking up slowly, making coffee, reading a book, going for a run. No one is asking where he's going, why he didn't text back, or whether he's still mad about last night. He's smiling, his shoulders are relaxed, his thoughts are quiet. That's the life a smart man builds, not because he's anti-love, but because he's pro-peace. He's not anti-woman either. These men still appreciate women's kindness, intelligence, femininity, but they've become selective. They won't tolerate someone who treats their effort as a given. They won't sign up for a relationship that feels like a full-time job with no reward. They've learned that peace doesn't mean isolation, it means control. Control over time, emotions, and personal space. That's something every man craves but rarely admits. Many women don't understand this shift. They see a man content alone and assume he's lonely. But he's simply fulfilled in ways that no longer depend on external approval. Silence feels safer than attention. Here's the secret. When a man truly enjoys his solitude, he becomes even more attractive. He's not desperate. He's not chasing. He radiates stability, confidence, and calm. Women sense that energy immediately. But ironically, by the time he reaches that level of peace, he is no longer trying to impress anyone. He knows what he brings to the table. And if someone can't appreciate it, he'd rather eat alone. This doesn't mean men should give up on love. It simply means they won't sacrifice their peace for temporary excitement. They want emotional maturity, not games. Loyalty, not performance. A partner, not a project. And yes, that makes the dating pool smaller. But for a man who's been through enough, that's perfectly fine. He'd rather wait for something real than waste another year fixing something broken. The older and wiser a man gets, the more he values peace over passion. Because passion without peace is like walking through fire. Exciting at first, but eventually it burns everything. Peace allows him to build. It gives clarity, focus, creativity, and health. Drama destroys progress. And when a man has worked hard to build himself, he won't allow anyone to shake his foundation. So when people ask, why are so many successful men single? And what chases? The answer is simple. They're not avoiding love. They're avoiding chaos. Being single doesn't mean something is missing. It means nothing is disturbing. They can spend their money how they want, use their time how they want, rest without guilt, focus on their body, business, and peace of mind. And that's the irony. The more peaceful and independent a man becomes, the more he thrives. His energy changes, he sleeps better, looks better, dresses better. And if one day he meets a woman who adds peace instead of taking it away, yes, he'll open his heart again. But until then, he's perfectly fine alone. Because deep down, men don't crave constant attention. They crave quiet appreciation. They crave respect. They crave a woman who says, I trust you, instead of, where were you? When they can't find that, they find it in solitude. And once they do, they realize they never needed validation, only understanding. So if you're one of those men, successful, calm, maybe even misunderstood, don't let anyone shame you for choosing peace. You're not cold. You're not broken. You're simply tired of paying emotional taxes for something that should have been free, love, respect, harmony. Peace isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And men who understand that aren't avoiding life, they're living it on their own terms. This is Isabella, and you're watching Secrets of the Night. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! If you're in a situation where you're not sure anymore, ask yourself one question. If I stopped giving today, would she still stay? Because love that depends on benefits isn't love. It's dependency. You deserve someone who chooses you for who you are, not for what you provide. A woman who brings peace, not confusion. Someone who makes you feel wanted, not used. If you've been giving, trying, and constantly proving your worth, pause. See what happens when you stop overgiving. If she pulls away, you just learned everything you need to know. If she stays genuinely, without demanding more, that's when real love has a chance to rebuild. Never be afraid to lose someone who was only with you for the benefits. Because the moment she leaves, she simply makes space for someone who will love you for real. And remember, real love doesn't cost you your peace. The woman meant for you won't take advantage of your kindness. She'll protect it. Thank you for watching. This is Isabella, and you've been watching Secrets of the Night. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.